Today in this video, I'm going to be breaking down Sarah Perl, a 25-year multi-millionaire entire sales funnel. And as she's making 130K every single month, I'm also going to give you a 30-day plan of how you can implement the same exact strategy. And I saw that there's a big debate going on right now on social media that if you're an influencer, how you should monetize your brand. And actually, it doesn't break down to what should you do. Should you do a digital product or an app? If you know the marketing strategy, you can sell anything, and that is exactly what we do. So if you want to implement the same exact strategy, simply just click the first link in the description. And this strategy follows the exact method that we broke down several times in this channel, and that is to first connect with our audience, then nurture them and put them through a sales process, which is pretty simple, with raw videos, no appointment setter, and no editor required. Because she and you, as a busy business owner, mentor, or a coach, you only have a certain amount of time to put on content, so you have to be really efficient with that. And she does all of these things with 3 of her platforms, and those are her personal Instagram page, her Instagram page for her app, and the YouTube channel that is generating hundreds of thousands of dollars. So her personal brand really breaks down to this idea of manifesting your dreams. She actually gets attention by 3 types of content that we're going to break down here. The first type of content is the podcast type of content, which gets a lot of attention. The second type of content is raw head talking videos, and then call to action type of content at the end to turn those viewers into paying clients. So let's start with the podcast, and we can watch some of these videos so we would understand how she's actually getting hundreds of millions of views.
What's the luckiest sign right now?
Leos. If you just happen to see this on June 29th, get ready because Leos are going to be the center of attention. Okay, everyone step aside for the Leos. Leos are about to become so rich. I would not be surprised if a lot of Leos are becoming millionaires, billionaires. Everyone's been doubting them, but their lucky season starts when Jupiter enters Leo here on June 29th. So don't get jealous of the Leos, it's their time.
This video got 2.4 million views just saying that Leos are gonna get lucky this month because Jupiter is entering Leo, something that we don't know if it's true or no. But you know, many people are just gonna look at that and say, well, my name is Leo, and am I gonna get actually lucky? So let me manifest my dreams. And the really beautiful thing about this strategy is that you can just record the podcast once and make thousands, literally just from different angles with different text hooks and visuals and edits, thousands of short form contents with them. The thing that you actually have to be intentional with is to be clippable. Like, think, what can you say that is gonna go viral? That's exactly what she does. And so the next type of content is just raw head talking videos, and this is perfect for her because she is her real self. She can literally sit with you and do a manifestation session with you. And also, she will get a really qualified audience from that because people are just not here for the edits. They are here for her. And another thing to be efficient for you is that you don't have to hire editors.
You're going to be that rich friend that makes $10,000 every single week. It's going to be you. How do I know it's going to be you? Because you're still watching this video and the algorithm doesn't show this content to just anyone. What you're going to do is you're going to think of a problem that you deal with and you're going to go to ChatGPT and you're going to type in, help me think of app ideas that solve this problem. You're going to say, make it in an MVP format. Once you have that format, you're going to go to rourke.com. Once you go to rourke.com, you're going to paste your app idea, and within literally a few minutes, you will have a fully functioning app. Go check out Rourke and let's get some more women building apps.
And just to put this aside and have an eye on it, she specifically sells to women, and you have to keep in mind that when you're selling to women, you need more trust, and you're gonna also get more referrals, and you know, they have this connection, right? They need more trust to get us started with, but then they can get you in their circle. Also, she's using this feminine energy that we have to get more women on this side, right? And she uses a text hook from the beginning that you're gonna be that rich friend that is really gonna help you get a lot more views, because I've tested it actually. When you use a text hook that is a screaming through your face that click on me, that's gonna get you a lot more views. So now she gets the attention, she gets 2.4 million views, but she has to have one video that is going to get a lot less, maybe just 10x less views, but is actually gonna convert a lot more people and it's gonna make a lot more money. So don't always be that person that is looking for views only. Actually take care of how you're gonna convert people to paying clients too. And that is the second step that we're gonna talk about, how to nurture your audience. And so she does that by using ManyChat DM automation that is completely automated. I mean, you don't have to touch anything. The process goes as you're sleeping. So let's watch this video and I'll give you the context. So the first thing when you're analyzing videos that I want you to have in your mind is, what is the first thing that I see? How can I categorize this video? And I'll categorize this video in the jealousy category. What does that mean? You trigger people to think that you're 10 levels above them, and by doing that, you can give them a call to action because they're literally going to listen to you because they think that you are a really successful person. And she does that by showing a text that what will happen after you manifest your dreams with the Seller method. And then she shows herself being on the stages, taking photographs, and all of these stuff that we saw. And then we see here that she says comment download to download the app. And when you comment this word, you're actually gonna get a message from her that is, as I said, just absolutely automated. You don't have to send messages, right? That she says, OMG, you're gonna be obsessed with the seller. Are you ready? Custom stories about your dream life, and it's so fucking good, and all the things that, you know, you can advertise here. And here's where, well, it gets interesting. She sells all of the memberships inside App Store, which is really intentional. Most women, they use iPhones, and she's uplifting her brand, making it only for women just by doing that. And she has a 4.2 rating star. It is also for 9 years old plus, which is really family friendly. And then we have the size of it, which is pretty optimized. And then we have the application advertising that I'm sure she's not doing it. She hired someone to do it for her. So we have, Sarah, what do you want to manifest today? We have 300,000 people joined. We also have reviews over here as well. Incredible. But do you actually think this app that I just showed you is all of the proportion of the 130K that she's making? No, this is just the tip of the iceberg. When you understand that she sells actually 2-3 high ticket courses, you will know that most of her sales are coming from that. And she does that by actually putting long form raw YouTube videos. Let's just watch the video. It was pretty weird for me at the beginning, but when I read the comments, it totally changed what I was thinking about her.
If you're seeing this video, start preparing for the best case scenario right now. Do not prepare for the worst case scenario, because not only is the best case scenario going to happen, something better than you could even conceptualize. The recognition that you are about to have, the level of perception, you're going to have to increase your capacity for perception because you will be perceived by everyone right now. There is, all eyes are on you, but it's not that all eyes are on you, the right eyes are on you. Have you been using my Manifest Magic workshop to manifest this? Link down below.
Beautiful little call to action here. After she grabs your attention, you should give a call to action under the first minute, because in rough estimates, more than 50% of your viewers are going to be gone after the first 30 seconds. So why shouldn't you give the call to action in the first minute and don't leave it behind at the end of the video that no one's going to watch?
Like, I don't know if you went through a breakup and this is like, you know, revenge is the best, success is the best revenge, or like what this is, but you came back to yourself. You lost yourself for a minute there, okay?
I don't know if you feel it or no, but the emotion that this video contains is really, really strong for people who want to get it started, because all people have pains. And when you're telling people, I feel that you have a pain, and she's literally talking to the camera as her best friend, that gives you this feeling that you're in a FaceTime with her, that literally triggers this emotion in you that, yes, this woman really cares for me, and I'm actually gonna click the first link in the description and buy her course. And after we understand her content, it is really important to associate it with her personal brand, because your personal brand doesn't break down to consistency. It doesn't break down to all of the things that these gurus tell you. It actually breaks down to associations. What people associate you with is what your personal brand means to them. So her associations, as I've done a lot of research, is pastel colors. So you see these pastel colors everywhere. You don't see any eye-catching blue or red color. It's all brown, pink, and white colors. Then we see feminine strength that she talks about a lot. She wants you to associate her with feminine strength. And then we see the travels, we see the confidence, manifestation, and the lifestyle design right here, right here, right here. As she's also around really successful and famous businessmen, if you actually want to implement this exact strategy without moving a finger, and you are busy, you are an influencer, you're a busy business owner who wants to scale his or her business to 50 to 100K, which is exactly what I do, book a free founder assessment call, first link in the description. You don't have to be worried about anything, just pick a pen and paper and be ready to plan and strategize for your business. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. No hard selling, no sales tactics, nothing. And that will be the first link in the description and on the pinned comments as well. So here's the 30-day plan of how you can implement the exact strategy. I want you to start your Instagram and YouTube organic traffic. And if you think that this is something you need ideation, just get someone's help or do a lot of research, right? Then consistency with your value and call to action nurture type of content. So I want you to look at some of these comments like, this video isn't my standard algorithm, so I claim this really bad. You see, this person literally thinks this video was made for her, and people are gonna relate here and say, girl, me too. Just because how valuable and authentic this content is, and focus on one offer unless you're making 50K, okay? I want you to either focus on the high ticket offer or on the application or the low ticket ones. You can't do all of them at once unless you're making 50K a month, so you actually have the budget to hire people, so you would automate the business to a point that you can have multiple offers. But otherwise, you're gonna have half of your focus on something else. And then make a sales page with a free strategy framework, and that is to give a free resource up front, and then as you hook people into your funnel, you sell them more high ticket offers. And in the next 20 days, you actually have to first test your offer yourself, so you would see if it actually works or not, and then start making associations to build your personal brand. You can see her personal brand really serves what she wants to achieve, and your personal brand should actually do the same. And reach out to more people for podcasts. And the last 10 days is just building trust with your audience by the nurture type of content, and is starting to get call to actions to your offer. And the last step, which is really important, is to scale up the process, and that breaks down to 3 different things. First is to hire more employees. The second thing is to track every single data so you would know what you have to work on. And the last thing is to use every single unfair advantage that you have, whether that's an existing audience or that is anything that you think is gonna help you, that might be paid ads for you. And this was this whole video. I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.